I believe like with my sport, because of the amount of people that are involved in it, you know, you're not just fighting the other guy that was trained by the other coach over there on the other side of the ring. You know, you're also fighting the referee. You're also fighting the judges. You're also fighting the fans around, you know, the friends, the family, the ones that are booing at you. You suck, and trying to get in your head while you're like 9 years old. You know, we're just kids learning and fighting. What that did for me, it made me who I am in every aspect of life.
Pressure doesn't just build champions. It exposes pretenders. Teofimo Lopez fights like tomorrow isn't promised. Explosive movements, thunderous hands, unshakable conviction.
What's up? Oh my God.
My father said, you gotta be an entertainer. He was seeing everybody else, all the other kids. He knew I could beat every kid. However, he just wanted to add a little bit more sauce into me. And what was it? He said, be different, have fun, enjoy yourself, entertain. And I always had that in me. I started boxing at the age of 6, officially. But before that, my father had me fighting and doing Taekwondo at 2 years old. So let's say from 2 all the way to 17, for 15 years, I didn't know where I was going. I didn't believe in myself like my father did. I did not. What my father instilled with me, and it stuck with me, were a lot of things that I could really say that has improved my living. Don't get hit. He always told me that. He's like, you know how to box, you know how to do this, just don't get hit. All he had to say was don't get hit, and I already knew what that did.
Oh, yeah. 1, 2. Right hand again. Give me that right hand, baby. Give me that right hand.
Don't show it.
Don't show it. Okay, go.
Come over here.
Too fast for me. Go. Move that. That's it.
Olympic glory to championship belts. His journey screams velocity. Never comfortable staying still, always pushing forward. He craved this showdown because Shakur embodies what raw power can't conquer. Pure technical mastery.
That's what we've been waiting for, man. Working on drills, foot drills, hand-eye reaction, everything. You know, my guy, TA, Go Feet Formula, that's what's about to happen right now. I'm about to enter the whole matrix.
That's my boy. He was the one that started it. That's my boy.
So like you know, we already here. Fight week is on, and we at the UFC Facility Center. I've never seen him this great since right after the Olympics when he turned pro. And very explosive. But now it's a take back, and we just trying to focus on that and going to the next level, man, and taking over the 140 weight division, and that's what we focus on right now.
Their destinies intertwined years back. 2 Olympic warriors, 2 prophesied champions, forever mentioned together, never sharing canvas. Like train tracks running side by side, waiting for boxing to finally crash them together. Teofimo operates on instinct and intensity. Lightning strikes that reshape entire rounds within heartbeats. The fighter who thrives on unpredictability and reflexes.
So it's really just trying to just keep it going. You know, keep moving forward throughout the whole time and throughout the whole process, and mainly just have fun with it. You know, you gotta have fun with what you do. You know, I love this. You know, I haven't stopped doing what I've done because of the fact that I enjoy what I do. You know, this has been 20 years in the making. 20 years in this, you know, and I have so much to do and so much to prove within myself. So mentally, I'm prepared. Physically, I'm more than ready, you know, and emotionally, oh, I'm on fire, you know, I'm on fire with it, you know, because all I ever did was try to be great, you know, and it's no longer trying. I am, you know, I am great. And it's all about just continuing and holding that. So it's all about just staying humble throughout the process, keeping myself level-headed, and really just enjoying each day that we get, because tomorrow's never promised.
When everything clicks, think Lomachenko Knight, Josh Taylor battle. He becomes poetry in violence, innovative, precise, challenging anyone watching to match his frequency. Teofimo grinds with Lopez Sr., preparing for Stevenson war. He emphasizes stamina, mental toughness, and calculated attack sequences every training session. That's Teofimo's essence. Pure brilliance dancing with danger. Supernatural ability that either dominates spectacularly or combusts unexpectedly. Forever hunting those defining exchanges that transform contests into legendary performances.
I'll tell you like this. A lot of these people, they're so ambitious, and it's okay to be. You have to. But the thing is, sometimes you don't get it because you're probably not going to carry it the right way. You're probably not going to be a people's champ. You're probably just going to spend all your money, like a lot of these fighters do, on yourself rather than giving back. You know, it's all about being a people's champ. Muhammad Ali was the greatest of all time for those things, you know, and he made a strong impact in this sport.
That's two.
Silent excellence runs deeper. Shakur Stevenson approaches this collision like predetermined destiny unfolding. Methodical progression, zero panic, absolute focus maintained throughout. Olympic pedigree too, but his mindset operates differently. Shakur discovered early that victory belongs to fighters who calculate quicker than they strike. This confrontation was inevitable because Shakur never begs for attention. Greatness seeks him instead, and Teofimo's always been that unavoidable, impossible challenge.
I like how he stay long and keep that angle.
Yeah, he keep the angle.
Keep his head up there fucking
man,
out.
just in case, especially with somebody fast like him with timing. You can't be out of position.
Yeah.
He strong as hell. He picked me up in there. It was fun though. Just to be in the ring with him, share the ring with him, test his IQ out a little bit, see some of the moves he doing, and I'm gonna go take with me when I go fight. So I appreciate Dre.
You don't run it back again?
Oh yeah, for sure. For sure.
Shakur's philosophy revolves around systematic deconstruction, eliminating angles, suffocating options, eroding self-belief until opponents start doubting their own capabilities and second-guessing everything. He's not hunting highlight knockouts. He's accumulating perfect rounds, stacking crisp counters, deploying footwork so sophisticated it becomes psychological warfare when you're desperately trying landing anything meaningful. Throughout his rise, Shakur absorbed wisdom from legends: Andre Ward's intelligence, Roy Jones Jr.'s innovation, Floyd Mayweather's defense, Terence Crawford's adaptability. That championship knowledge directly influences his Lopez preparation strategy. Defeats never defined his narrative because he refuses repeating errors. He adjusts variables, refines execution, returns more dangerous than before. Shakur embraces this battle because Teofimo represents beautiful disorder, and Shakur's entire reputation depends on demonstrating that chaos, regardless how talented, eventually gets systematically dismantled.
It's
looking bad today. That's how it's looking. Cole gonna break some, and if he don't break some shit, he gonna beat the fuck out of him. Over this. Oh, nice. Oh.
We don't care who it is. We have no friend. Shakur, if his cousin get in the ring, he gonna get this smoke. If his brother get in the ring, he gonna get this smoke. We have no friend. Strictly business.
Described this matchup as intellectual warfare disguised in leather gloves. Absolutely accurate observation. He continuously emphasized one fundamental truth: if Shakur dictates distance and controls ring geography, victory's inevitable. If Teofimo manufactures explosive exchanges and breaches defenses, everything transforms instantly. Tarver highlighted overlooked fundamentals beyond trash talk: superior conditioning, championship mentality, and consistent preparation habits that separate contenders from pretenders.
If you see Shakur controlling the distance, giving him angles, keeping that fight sort of in the middle, you gotta favor Shakur. But if he's on the back foot, if he's on the ropes, I mean, that's going to give Teofimo a lot of opportunity.
That becomes critically important when championship rounds 9 through 11 determine legacies completely. He labeled Teofimo a devastating combination specialist, someone launching punishing sequences from both sides, converting single opportunities into serious damage quickly. That's why Tarver emphasized Teofimo must pressure intelligently through calculated bursts, avoiding reckless charges. Otherwise, Shakur methodically breaks him down across 12 brutal rounds.
What makes Teofimo, I believe, dangerous in this fight, he throws both hands in succession. He's a combination type puncher, and that always serves well if you got a real slick defensive fighter. And
Tarver referenced proven history repeatedly. When Teofimo arrived for Lomachenko night or Josh Taylor showdown, he transformed into something extraordinary, unstoppable. So Tarver stressed the only Teofimo version defeating Shakur is that championship mindset. Disciplined, purposefully aggressive, intelligently utilizing footwork, closing distance effectively. But he simultaneously acknowledged Shakur possesses complete skills maintaining composure and outsmarting opponents consistently.
Like I said, could be, leaning toward becoming the face of boxing, because with Shakur being undefeated, having a big name like Teofimo Lopez on his record, he's going to have to then.
Perfect timing, devastating counters, and finally the physical dimensions, handling 140 successfully. When Shakur performs like Zepeda domination, elite fighters suddenly appear ordinary and overmatched. Tarver's final verdict was crystal clear. Trust the pure boxer if execution holds perfect. Respect the explosive puncher if Teofimo seizes momentum completely. And understand this represents career-defining crossroads for both warriors simultaneously.
There with all these big names to see, can he beat one or two more guys and become the real fighter, the king around that 140, 147 division. There's a lot of action there, Mark.
Right after Tarver painted scenarios where Teofimo needs peak performance just cracking Shakur's defensive system, Wade Plemons zoomed out, explaining why this matters historically. He stated it plainly. This is elite versus elite during their absolute primes. And boxing rarely delivers that without frustrating political delays. Wade kept emphasizing this transcends vacant championship hardware. It's about perfect timing. These warriors recognized each other since amateur tournaments, orbited cautiously for years, and now there's zero excuse delaying destiny further.
Shakur has the same opportunity. This is Shakur's toughest test, no doubt about it. The Williams-Zepeda fight was a tough test because of the style of fight that Zepeda brings, but Zepeda is not the boxer that Teofimo Lopez is. It's just not even close to the same category of boxing ability, technique, skill, experience, higher level. Like, it's not even close. So Shakur is going to have to answer those questions as well. If he believes, and he does, that he's the best in the world, this is how.
When Wade analyzed the face-off as the opening psychological round, I appreciated him ignoring manufactured animosity completely. He studied body language, maintained eye contact, and determined who responds like they're addressing their opponent directly. He made compelling points that Teofimo genuinely respects Shakur's technical skills, his movement precision and his versatility switching ranges, and that's significant because fighters dismissing opponent abilities get humiliated publicly. Fighters acknowledging threats prepare accordingly properly. Wade also criticized boxing culture obsessively, saying fans prioritize unblemished records and meaningless belts instead of quality opposition defeated. And that resonates because Teofimo already demonstrated willingness accepting risks fighting Lomachenko, Taylor, whoever represents legitimate danger.
Traps for Teo in the fight continuously, and then eventually turn the temperature down on Teo and essentially try to starve him, right? Starve him of punches, starve him of volume, starve him of momentum and rhythm, right? Like, Teo's a big-time rhythm.
Wade didn't exempt Shakur from scrutiny either. He said this is Shakur's defining moment, the fight where you don't just look impressive, you validate everything against someone who can punch and strategize simultaneously. When Wade questioned the weight transition and if Shakur truly carries power at 140, you detected genuine concern without negativity. Like, this isn't speculation anymore. It's examination time. And the most interesting part is Wade essentially said styles create fights, but stop pretending Zepeda and Teofimo are identical challenges, because that's completely false. The way Wade presented it, this isn't about social media warfare or promotional stunts. It's about whether Shakur's technical control withstands a fighter who won't be physically compromised, and whether Teofimo's championship ambition remains disciplined long enough matching. That's not promotional hype. That's legitimate pressure. And pressure reveals authentic character.
Feet with his movement, once he gets in that flow, it's a little bit tough to stop that ball rolling down the hill. If Shakur can just be an interrupter in this fight and interrupt timing, interrupt rhythm, interrupt momentum, I could see that being the way he wants to approach it and frustrate.
Then after Wade made it about perfect timing, ego battles, and who's genuinely built for championship moments, Breadman Edwards entered sounding like the experienced voice who's already witnessed these fights historically. Breadman essentially said stop the disrespect because assuming Shakur.
A basketball analogy. Shakur Stevenson averaged about 25 points a game, right? But every game he scored about 23, 24, 27, 28. He just have a good baseline. With Teofimo averaged about 22 points a game. Some games he only have 10, but other games he got 50.
Gotcha.
You understand what I'm trying to say? Is that the guys who've given Teofimo movement and the guys who've tried to he's tried to press, he hasn't looked good. But when he's made fighters come to him, and he could kind of like line them up for his counter punches a little bit better. So he's obviously a fighter that likes you to come to him more than a fighter that likes to come to you and kind of stalk you down.